Hey, all you thumbs up people, welcome to a thumbprint. Instead of a footprint, it's a thumbprint because we are using our thumbs playing a video game. This is River City Ransom. On the bottom left is, on the top left, I'm an amateur, is an old PB, as you can see there, on a smaller video. On the bigger video box where it says new PB is our current PB of River City Ransom, a game that we kind of grew up with, a sentimental game by Technos. Same people who did Double Dragon. Beat 'em ups were a big thing in the 80s, which is like a sort of like a side scroller fighting game, if you will. You want to pick Ryan as opposed to the other character. Not an expert yet at that, but he's generally faster. As you can see here, you're punching, you're kicking. You also get some money. Big shout out to the music here. I love this music. It has that classic 1950s feel. Sort of like a Back to the Future vibe. You see, we got a whole bunch of Turks here. So the game does have some nice personality, like say "barf." I just love that. It makes the run or playthrough kind of funny. You want to get $27 around. You see, we have $27 there, and it's a little bit like an RPG. As you can see here, you got these little towns where you can kind of get some upgrades and stuff. I'm gonna pause it real quick here, actually. The reason why I'm pausing, just talk about it a little. I'll talk about it real quick and then I'll still continue. You see here, Stone Hands, Dragon Feet, Acro Circus. It's up to you if you want to get Dragon Feet or Stone Hands. I would recommend Stone Hands. It's kind of the same, but I feel like using a punch is a little bit easier. Dragon Feet might be a little bit safer on some parts, but with the Stone Hands, you could do the double punch attack, which I'll explain a little bit once we get to that boss fight. So let's unpause here. You can see we're in a bookstore, although are there books around today? No, just kidding. So this is the early Stone Hands, called the early Stone Hands route. You have a couple options. You could get Stone Hands later, which is going to be faster. I love that Men at Work reference there. And a Waterfront reference too. I love. Gotta point out those references. Gonna go to our menu here, and just like the Matrix, you gotta learn these things here, just like Neo. The menuing could be a little bit weird at times. Here you get a little exposition here, but back to the Stone Hands. If you notice, I was farming for the $27. That's gonna cost me about a minute or so, but that's okay because I'm new to the run. I'm new to the game. I just want to get a finished run in or try to improve my time. If you want to go a little bit faster, you could go for the Stone Hands later in the game. Also, you want to try to avoid enemies as much as you can here. As you can see, just got to go pacifist. There is some randomness to these guys, which made me very salty. You hear, now we're at the boss music. Once you hear that theme, in order for the boss to appear, you have to defeat the enemies. And if you notice here, Rocko, so I like to name the splits just because it gives me a sense of the route. And I'm going to take an intentional death after. So if you notice, I'm using regular attacks here. Now, watch, I'm going to try to do a running punch. See? And then that could double your attack power. You could kill him just in 3 hits. If you don't do it, it'll take like 6 hits. Now here, see I'm using the tire here. You never get tired of the tire. Gotta think outside the box here. And I'm taking intentional death here because I'm gonna respawn as opposed to backtracking. So it cuts down on the backtracking. You do have unlimited lives here in River City Ransom, which I do like. And so this is Sherman Park. This is the next enemy here. As you can see here, I'm using the running punch here. And they usually have a cutscene of Thor, the god of hammers. I mean lightning. Everybody has their own turf, which is kind of interesting. There'll be some different palettes, enemy palettes. You can see here now we're kind of going the deja vu here. We are backtracking a little bit, which is going to be inevitable with certain video games, of course. I forgot to mention a Seinfeld reference downtown. I do love the backdrop there of the skyline. I love the graphics in this game. I do wonder how it compares to the Famicom. If anyone has played the Famicom and want to compare the differences, or if you want to share your experiences with certain beat 'em ups that you like, or your River City Ransom experience, please feel free. We grew up on this game. We saw our older brother had an NES, like games like Final Fantasy we would see lying around. We would get Final Fantasy try, and we realized there was a lot of grinding. And then once we saw River City Ransom, it was like, wait, is this Final Fantasy? Like, it's like you're kind of grinding it for a little bit here. These guys are annoying. This is what I'm talking about, the RNG. So annoying, so I just want to get rid of them. They throw stuff. I'm so ticked off right now. So I call it backtrack because I'm backtracking. So finally I got a good pattern of these enemies here. Definitely some number of resets. If you notice, this is our 11th attempt, and we've completed it twice. So if you see that 2/11 next to novice, which is the difficulty, there's a novice difficulty and a little bit more advanced. Again, we're using the same punch tactic here, and you know they do a little trash talking, or what's up, dude? I guess that's not trash talking, but it's saying a compliment. The Squid's turf. You can see here they have certain weapons. You don't really want to pick up weapons per se. Now I am low at health here, and this game is a cool game to race also because there's different strats. You could go for some health here. You could get oatmeal. Here's another boss. It took a little while to learn the route of this. You kind of had to get a feel for it. Mojo, no pun there. He lost his mojo. Now we're at, I think at this mall here. Certain malls you have oatmeal. When I think of my first PB. Okay, what am I doing here? I'm going to steak. Okay, lots of steak here. Getting the lamb leg. I'm not getting a T-bone. Nope, Seinfeld reference. The lamb leg is going to increase your stamina. So if you notice, I'm going to go for a death here. So refill my health here. You have a certain thing called stamina or willpower. So when you lose all your health, you can still continue on. So the lamb chop or lamb leg is, you know, if you want to add more legs to your run, it's a good safety, the lamb leg. Also oatmeal is a good safety because it increases your power as well. Here, you could do a running jump, but I just go underneath there. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I also forgot to mention, if you want to do as a safety for the final boss, you can get the Grand Slam and just hit it out of the park. There's another boss. So you can see the bosses are very easy once you kind of get the tactic down. I don't know, like, since they have a cutscene, like I meant to say, I don't know how much RNG they have, but like, since they kind of have a cutscene of a dialogue, you could get them in early. Oh, where am I going here, actually? So I'm kind of looking at this this run. I did this run in July for the SFL, the Speedrun Friendly League. Big shout out to those guys. I don't want to leave anyone out specifically because sometimes I do that. Oh no, Nintendo, how could you not censor this? So you can see you get your stamina up, you get your max power up. I went there once, okay. There's actually a category for Song of Ascent, actually. Okay, but Nintendo did not censor that. You can see on the top left, we are ahead of our PB. Even though it's probably a 20-second difference. Even though this run, we started about 20 seconds earlier. I kind of went in there slow because once you get to a certain point, they're gonna spawn those bosses. And as I said earlier, I guess just to reinforce, they do that trash talking. You see, he gets a little bit tired there too. They have a dialogue, and that's a good window of you. Oh, what am I doing here? Oh, lamb leg. Okay. The punch goes up, willpower goes up. That's your stamina or extra health if you take a death, per se, or presumed. As you see the bars next to my name. Now we are in the courts here. basketball courts. The gym. Kind of cool. You have all these, kind of a weird basketball hoop, though. So again, you have to kill all these enemies. Yeah, I just said basketball because it's a nice reference to know where the boss is. I find it funny he's talking about dirtying his floor with my shoes. I mean, he does have shoes himself. So if you notice here, I kind of messed up. So you could mess up, and if you do mess up, he's just throwing me and tossing me. That's so annoying. It does get a little bit salty. I'm still ahead of time though. So now I kind of still reset myself. And if you notice, I got my willpower back. Now, you gotta jump on that basketball thing. That could be a little bit weird to jump on. We go up these stairs. So this is not the 100% category. This is the ending percent route. So, and I love this game too because there's different ways of playing, different difficulties, different categories. More, yeah, the class old barf. I probably missed some of these one-liners. In order for a game, if you want to keep replaying a game, I gotta say, you gotta have great music. And what I'm gonna do here, whoops, let me pause this. Oh no. Actually, no, I'm okay. I meant to do a running jump, but this is a big, great music here. I love this music for the Double Dragon theme. So these are the twins. These guys are so hard though. Really, really difficult. If you mess up, they can really take away your health so fast, and then you respawn at the one of the last town that you went to, or mall. So you see, I'm here. I'm using a running jump, not the running jump, the walking jump, or running jump, or running punch. I'm an amateur. But before that, I just want to pause it here, and then we can kind of catch up to the older PB. Just pause real quick here. You want to go a little bit earlier, and then you could do a running jump. And if you do a running jump and punch, you could double your power even more, I believe. I forgot to do that because it's like a little trick in the game where the game thinks you're transitioning into a screen. I guess to keep it simple, if you run and jump before a certain screen transition, you could increase your punching power in the next screen. I did not do that for this fight. I messed it up, but that's okay. Oh, but see, our older PB is there. That's okay though. You can see our splits there. We're 27 seconds ahead there. This final boss is pretty simple. You gotta also know where they're gonna spawn. That's the most important thing. And yeah, if you want to check the run out, we'll put the whole run up as an unlisted video. We have some time to talk about the ending. I really wanted a sub 11, but I'll take an 11-11 or 11-10. No, that's not Simon Belmont. That's just Simon, the guy who says Simon Says. Finisher shopping. Oh man. And once again, all were peaceful in River City. Got the nice little staff. This was a game where when I came across it, I was like, oh, the graphics look really nice. The music is really catchy. I really wanted to complete it. I played it as a little kid, and I could not finish it because I had no idea where to go. This is a game that does need a map. The map, it's hard to map things out. Huge shout out to the staff here for making a great game. I recommend this one. I also recommend Double Dragon. It's a little variety. I do love the choices, the different routes. If anybody wants to race this or whatnot, I think this will be a fun race because you have different choices of what pickups to get. You get certain food, and it's unlimited continues, and there's high stakes with that final boss fight. I really was happy to complete this. I did this in July. It was a big struggle. I remember I got like a 1959 as my PB, my first PB. And I was so excited. I was like, oh man, because like I died like 5-6 minutes. I was stuck at the twins. were really tough. Like, they're so much harder than the final boss. And then the second PB was a sub 12, which I was so pumped for. But then I was like, you know what? Let's go for a sub 11. The next time we'll go for a sub 11. If you want to catch us, catch us live. We'll, not saying we're gonna do River City Ransom right away, but we might be doing it live, either on YouTube or Twitch. And if we do get a sub 11, and if it's like one that we did live commentary, we'll definitely upload that and put it as like something different than a thumbprint. This is a game I would like to even push to maybe like sub 10 or something, but sub 11 would be really cool. Huge shout out to the SFL Speedrun Friendly League. Thanks guys for your tips. Thanks for posting your runs on the board as well. Huge thanks. And thanks for checking out this video. As always, I hope you have a thumbs up day or night. And remember to multitasking. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We do love to give a playful and insightful take to video games. And yeah, we'll definitely catch you later.